All right, what's up, guys? So, I have the pleasure of sitting down with one of the hardest working athletes that I've probably met in my long recruitment career. This young man started off playing soccer. I met him while he was playing soccer. He then moved to football later on in his high school career and went out there and I think probably kicked more practice field goals than kids that were probably playing for 15 years of their life. Um, so I'm honored to have David Faulk with me today. He is about to start at A&M in Huntsville, which is a HBCU up in that area. He'll be the field goal kicker for them. So I'm sure we'll see him very soon, probably getting some Power Four offers off of his kicking ability. So, how you doing, David?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a pleasure to be out here today. I'm excited.
Yeah. So I really just wanted to talk to you, man. Like, kind of find out like how you got started. As far as in sports in general. Just learn a little bit more about your history. Because, like I said, I've watched you for a while now, seeing how hard you work, and so I really just want to kind of learn where that hard work mentality comes from with you. So if you can start, just kind of tell us from the beginning, like when did you start playing sports, and which sport did you start playing first?
I for sure started at the YMCA. I played soccer. I played basketball. I played t-ball. I did karate. I did everything but football.
Yeah,
And soccer stuck with me. I played that my whole life. I did karate for a few years too. I didn't really think of basketball because it was too much. But yeah, my mom, she always encouraged me to try every sport except football because she was scared I was going to get hurt.
yeah,
And I mean, it worked out in the end. Soccer was for sure my love for a long time. Like my first love. I played it every single day. My whole life revolved around it. And then, since my senior year hit, it all changed. And then summer before senior year, when Coach Jones came and asked me if I knew how to kick, I said, I don't know, what I can try.
yeah,
And I hit a 40 yard my first try. I just grew from there. And then my papa, of course, he had still got hard work ethic in me. Got a
yeah.
good stable background with him. So yeah.
Yeah, so after you kick, you said you kicked a 40 yarder?
Yeah, that was my first one. That was my first one ever kicking was my 40 yarder, man.
40 yard. So
He was
when
like
you
our
did that,
team, and I was like,
yeah. So did you know then, like right when you kicked that, did you know then like this was something that you wanted to do, or was it more just like, yeah, I'll do it because you're asking me?
in that moment, it was because he was asking me. I really knew I wanted to do, and I loved it until summer practice, like when I put the pads and helmet on, and like the atmosphere with the teammates, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got noticed. I remember. I think y'all lost to Florence. I think it was, and
we
I
did.
think you were probably the most upset out of all the players I was watching. I think you were the most visibly upset. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, he really loves this game. Like
No,
he's
yeah,
really.
I was in tears. I was distraught because like
Yeah.
going from because like soccer. I mean, I know Spartan's like the biggest school for soccer, so like the atmosphere is not very, it's not really there at all.
Yeah.
But football, against like in JC, when the whole city came to the game, we beat them. Like we rushed the field. The atmosphere is just like
Yeah.
nothing I've ever felt before my whole entire life. So I mean, I no that game broke me. Cause I really thought we were gonna win that game.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, so you started training. Once you knew that you kind of fell in love with the football aspect, you started training. What was your mindset as far as beginning that training process? Like, what was your goal for training?
My goal was really just to like, because in the beginning, I just thought kicking was how far could you kick. So I was
Right.
trying to get the leg strength to go back farther back and back. And then I was trying to get, because when I was training with you, I was trying to get faster for soccer and stuff. I mean, as a kicker, you don't have to be fast, but I want to be an all-around athlete, not just a guy who's only a kicker
Right.
who can just kick the ball. I want to be like a guy who can live, to come around, and can do everything. But yeah, I didn't really. I always knew I wanted to play college soccer, but when I first started playing football, I wasn't really sure I was going to play football. I didn't call it. I just was kicking the kick, but I
Yeah.
for sure grew for that level of play. Yeah.
So when did you know that you wanted to play football in college or kick in college?
It's actually funny because my first game ever was Austin,
Yeah.
and that was a good game. We had like a crazy catch for our wide receivers to send us into the overtime, and then I made the field goal to send us into the PAT to send us into overtime.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, they scored and we scored right back, and on the PAT, it got blocked. And that's my first ever game was. my most heartbreaking I ever played.
Yeah,
So and I was crying the whole bus ride home, and then like it really, but in a weird way, it showed me how much I love the game. Because
right,
if I didn't care, I would miss out all the time. I wouldn't care at all. But
right.
it was like the end of the world to me in that moment. But yeah, that made my love coach.
So, starting the recruitment process, who was the first college that kind of showed you some interest as far as your kicking ability?
Man, um, honestly, throughout the whole season, I had been talking to Coach Wilson at A&M.
Okay.
Like even from like the first game. And then I had a couple of smaller schools, there like some prep schools or JUCOs, and then I got what's that school again? Man. And then Miles, who I was committed to, they reached out to me pretty soon. When my buddy Jalen Lamar who played at Spartan, he was at Miles, and he gave me connection with the coach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what
So
ultimately made you decide on A&M? I know it's home, but what?
yeah. So I mean, I was committed to Miles at first, and when I got to my visit there, and it was a great atmosphere. Like the coaches are great people. I appreciate them very much. And I went to A&M, and my visit was homecoming. So it was like the best
Yeah,
thing I could possibly have. And I mean, I had been homecoming in the past, like being on the field for the game and getting toward the facilities and stuff. And the coaches, the hospitality is different. I mean, and yeah, I'm home. Like
yeah,
with scholarships and stuff, it just was a completely better opportunity. I mean, it's D1. Like I couldn't ask for a better situation right now as a
right.
playing football for 1 year. It's very rare to go D1, but
Yeah, that's.
um,
I mean, that's a testament to how hard you work, though. You
yeah,
know, I know. I mean, just as a soccer player, you were a very elite soccer player, so you had the kicking ability. But I
yeah,
think just it goes to show one how hard you work, and then two how much you cared for the game. Like I
yeah,
said, like seeing you so emotional when there were other players around that I think because as a kicker you only play when needed. You know, so to see other people who were involved in the game a little bit more not as emotional lets you know just how much that the game means to you, how much winning means to you, and how much that team meant. You know, so
yeah.
to get a kicker, I think any school would be lucky to have a kicker with half that kind of passion because you're gonna put that work in. And at the college level, a lot of games come down to how good your kicker is. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a Bama fan, so you know we are cursed with missed field goals.
Yeah,
So I know just how important when you put your kicker out there, you're putting the game in their hands. You know, so that's a testament to just how hard you work. You know, so congratulations on that. You know, that's
yeah.
huge. You know, one
Thank you. Yeah.
year D1 is crazy.
The atmosphere Coach Watson and Coach Jones put at Sparkman is
Yeah,
like they completely transformed the program. And it's funny because I mean, even since middle school, when Coach LaRon White was there, he had been trying to give me a kick at Monrovia. In the
yeah,
ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, I just didn't. And then I finally did my senior year. The environment is so it's like nothing I ever felt before in my life.
yeah,
Like I literally, if I'm not working out, like trying to work, make some money, or like studying, I'm watching football.
yeah.
Like I love
So have you started kind of following any kickers, like watching their
it.
technique and
Yeah,
stuff?
there's a well, not this guy's not somebody's technique, but it's a guy named Cameron Little. He kicked at Arkansas,
Yeah.
and it's funny because our first game for A&M this year is against Arkansas.
Okay.
But he's in the NFL now. He plays for Jaguars. He's not as fun. The way the ball comes off his foot is nice.
Yeah.
And then also Alabama's kicker last year, Will Riker, Will Riker.
Yeah.
He was he went to Hoover and now he's with the Vikings. He was really good. Like comes off his foot. Yeah.
Okay. So how many hours would you say you put in a week just training, whether it be kicking, if you can break it down, if you can, like from
Uh,
training, and then to like actual kick technique type training.
yeah. So right now in the summer I have more time to go kick. So I'll probably go kick once or twice a week. That's like an hour and a half session. I'll
Okay.
probably go like Wednesday and Sunday. And then every other day in the morning, I wake up and I usually try to go do hill sprints on the hill, like 5 to 10 hill sprints, just to
Okay.
get my body flowing and stuff. And I'll shower. And with the new trainer I've been working with, his name's Holman at Tech at Huntsville. He has trains in the morning. So like yesterday, I went to go train with him at like 11.
Okay.
So I try to do, if I'm kicking, I try to do a kick and a workout that day. If I'm not, I'll try to do two workouts. And usually after I eat, I go for a walk too, so I'm loaded and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
I've been doing hot yoga recently too. Sometimes I have 3 days if you count hot yoga. Hot yoga, it's make you sweat
Yes.
so much. It's good though, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that at what's the name of it? The place over there in the over in Madison, the about
I do
Publix.
it. I do it at phase three.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, would you say even after signing, going D1, would you say that your amount of training and stuff has increased, or have you kind of just kind of stayed where you were in high school as far as like how much you train?
I think it's definitely increased because like any money that I get, I don't really like buy. I mean, of course, I like buy clothes and shoes sometimes, but most of my money goes to training, like buying a new massage gun, buying recovery products, going to pay for a trainer, something like that, like buying new footballs, all that kind of stuff. And I think it definitely has increased because I don't want to be the guy who goes D1 and gets stagnant. Because I mean, like there's guys who go to the league and they're like, okay, I've made it now. Play one season, that's it. So I want to be a starter and a person that makes an impact all my years in college and not get stagnant and go to the NFL and do the same thing.
Absolutely. And I hope everybody hears that part, that one part right there, what you said you spend your money on, because that's huge to hear from an athlete, from a young athlete. And, me knowing your mom, I know that you could probably get whatever you want. But to know that you're spending your money on things that is going to make you better and improve you, that's maturity. But that's also, once again, goes back to that hard work element, goes back to the mindset. And for that reason is why you're going to go so far. You know, you can stay at A&M all 4 years, but I can see where bigger schools, like when you go and y'all play Arkansas, if those moments come in and you're able to get a chance to kick, those type of moments are going to put you in front of so many coaches. And the one thing that Power Four coaches look for to fill their team, to complete their team, is their special teams, their kickers. Can we pin them deep for punting? Can we flip the field? Can we get good kickoffs? Can we do onside kicks? Can we make field goals?
Yeah,
That's important. That's how you keep jobs. So
yeah,
you're gonna get so many opportunities, and it's gonna be up to you, of course, what you decide to do. But I see that for you because of how much work you put in. So I hope you see that for yourself, and I hope you keep going as hard as you're going. And I hope that other kids are inspired by that. You know,
yeah. I mean, right now with A&M, the way we're transforming, like they're building an indoor football facility. It should be
nice.
every by done by sophomore year. I mean, you saw Carson Vincent got drafted this year to the Baltimore Ravens at A&M.
Yeah,
So I mean, A&M for sure creates great opportunities, and especially as a specialist, it's kind of like it's not opinions. The stats don't lie. If you
right.
go perfect on field goals, if you go perfect on kickoffs, you're obviously the best kicker. So I
Absolutely.
mean, stats you can't really debate who's better, right? You look at the stats, and that's it. So I
Absolutely.
mean, if there's a guy at Bama who's going 5 for 9 on field goals, and I'm going 10 for 10, it's clear who's going to be better. So
Exactly.
I would, if I was a scout, I would pick the better kicker, no matter what college they're at. But
Absolutely.
yeah, well, I mean, I would like to stay in there for my 4 years. You never know what's going to happen in the future, but I love the coaches there. I love the staff for sure.
That's nice, and that builds relationships, and that
Yeah,
and that helps you to build trust between you and the coaches, you and your team, and before you know it, you're the leader of that program. You know,
especially with because Coach Day came from Miles
yeah.
because he brought me when I was at Miles committed to Miles, he brought me to Hayden from Miles. So.
Well, that's
And then
good.
he hired a new special teams coach. His name is Amos Jones.
Okay.
He coached in the NFL for like 7 years. He coached at Bama and he coached special teams like
Yeah.
all over the country. So he's won Super Bowls. He has a lot of experience. So I'm excited for him to coach me this year for sure.
Nice. Have you started working with him at all?
Yeah, so I just got the phone with him. So I've met with him multiple times. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So is he already in Huntsville, or is he on? He's coming up there.
He's based in Tuscaloosa because I'm not doing A&M for workouts. I'm doing like a separate thing. 'Cause I
Okay.
mean, I'm a kicker and like it's just more stuff if I was to be on campus for summer. Because during the school year I'll be on campus, but right now I'm at home working out my thing.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what would you say for your freshman year? What's your goals? for your freshman year? Like, what would you like to achieve?
So it's actually funny because I was thinking the other day I was on a walk after I ate and I had my headphones on. I was thinking like, because right now in my head I'm like, I want to start versus Arkansas. I want to go play about field goals. I want to start everything possible.
Yeah,
But there was a point in time when I was in high school when what I prayed for was to just get the offer.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, or to just like get any offer. And now I just have to like level set myself and not get too big of a head, not get too ahead of myself. But I mean, for sure, I want to work to start this year. And no matter if it's starting on kickoffs or field goals or both, I want to be an impact to the team both 4 years. I don't see myself redshirting because I have to. I
Mhm.
would like to start and contribute as soon as possible.
And it's gonna happen. Do you know how many kickers they have?
Yeah, they have one other kicker. They have we have a new snapper who he'll be my roommate. His name's Camp Bender. He's from Tuscaloosa County. He's a really good snapper.
Okay,
And then we have a punter named Robert Cole, coming from Shore University.
yeah,
He's coming there, and then we have there's another kicker named Victor. He's the other kicker. He'll be a senior. He'll be a fifth year senior this year. He just
okay,
graduated.
okay. So you earn that starting spot. You start against Arkansas. So you achieve these things, get those milestones. At the end of your freshman year, what would you like to look back and say, this was a good freshman year? Would those be the things, the starting, or is there a certain amount of kicks that you want to be able to
I
say that?
mean, for sure, like stats don't lie. Like if I can go, obviously I want to go perfect, but if I can go 90, 85% on field goals. And then on kickoffs, like anytime I get told to go deep to get a touchback or anything, when somebody go a spot kick or a screen, if I play it correctly, that's when you for sure can look back on. That's like solidified. You can't change that. That's
Right.
true. I reached that goal. I mean, also like just growing spiritually with God and mentally in myself to be more healthy mentally and physically. And yeah,
Are you still at Highlands?
yeah. So I do see what that happens.
Okay. Do you serve at Highlands at all?
Um, I did a kids camp last summer. If they have it this summer, you know, I like trying to do that. But I haven't recently.
Okay.
And so
So growing spiritually, you got your goals set forth for the season. So this summer, what's the rest of your summer look like?
um I just got back from Mississippi for my mom. I was helping her with some work. And then right now I'm just training like grinding, trying to make sure I'm in the best shape possible when I come in. And I think in like 2 weeks I go to Washington DC for
Okay.
like it's for my mom, but I also have like a couple of days of vacation time. I'm gonna like try and find a cool gym out there because like now my whole life like revolves around work now and
Yeah.
like being at work. So
Yeah.
wherever I go, if I can find a cool trainer or a cool gym there, train with them for a couple of days, that'd be nice.
Okay.
And then I'll just be training, and I think that's my one travel. And yeah, I have like until later April when I gotta move in. So
Are you moving in April?
yeah, later late April is
Oh, okay. So you're gonna stay at home your first year.
good. I make months mixed up. I'm moving in like a couple of days before like a regular student move in.
Oh, you mean August?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. I was like, wait, you gonna stay?
Yeah, yeah,
So you gonna stay at home your first year?
you're right.
Okay. So so if you could tell yourself at age 14, if you could tell your 14-year-old self anything, what would you tell him?
I would for sure say two things. I for sure would have said start kicking earlier because I feel like
Yeah,
if I started kicking, I'd have been so much different, like crazy, like best in the country right now. And
you roll tide.
yeah, and I would also say because I feel like I've had plenty of stints in my life where I go, all right, I got this going to work as hard as possible, and I slowly drop off. And I feel like right now I've been going hard for like like some good months, like
Yeah.
doing everything I need to do, working out, eating right, and I see improvements and changes. But I've had eighth grade, I had that, ninth grade, I had that, and I feel like it didn't start until like this summer, really, really. I probably like later as my senior year.
Yeah.
And I would also say get close with God earlier because I got baptized last summer and it changed my life completely. And I leave everything in His hands, and I know He'll deal with it how it's supposed to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good advice. So would you give that same advice to an upcoming recruit, someone that's kind of in the same shoes that you're in? You know, maybe they got started a little bit later, or whatever the case may be, but they're not being recruited how they want to be.
Yeah, I mean, if I go on my Twitter, I have probably hundreds of coaches that have never answered. They've seen it and just never answered on my stuff. Like, especially in the beginning of the football season, not even get really any responses, maybe a couple, but you have to be consistent and it'll all work out.
Yeah,
It'll all work out how it's supposed to. Because I mean, the A&M coach, he had came to our game. It wasn't for me, but he saw me, and that sparked a new interest in me too. Because I had been talking to a different one, but
yeah,
and Miles came to our game. So I mean, I also think take advantage of any game you have because everyone was telling me in my summer practice football, like last year when I was in high school, like about how quick it's gonna go by. I was like, no, this is slow, man. The pads, like all this, and
yeah,
these workouts are so tiring. And I wish I could just get one more stadium run in high school, one more game, one more
yeah.
practice. I'm like, bro, it's like it's literally like the best time I've ever had in my whole entire life. I didn't realize in the moment, but it
Yeah.
definitely was. But yeah, for a young recruit, I would just say stay consistent with what you're doing, and it'll all work out. And also pray about it. Like I take notes, I highlight verses in the Bible. I leave everything in God's hands, and He'll work out. Because if you don't get the offers, it's God doesn't. He does everything for a reason.
Right.
He will strongest battles to the strongest soldiers. Because there was a period where I was getting recruited and it messed my mental health because I thought I was gonna be this big guy, but it all worked out. You know, I'm happy where I'm at. And I
Absolutely.
also like, and for me personally, a big thing is feeling wanted at the school you're going to.
Yeah.
It is you don't want to feel like a guy they just had to get or like a guy they needed, like just to pick up real quick to fill some roster space. You want to feel wanted and like you truly have a place there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And you feel that with A&M. I can tell just how you talk about them. So that's
yeah,
gonna come off very well, you know, as far as how hard you work. Because now you're not only going to make yourself proud, but now you have a coaching staff that believes in you. And so now you have to go and you have to work a little bit harder. You can't let yourself slack because now you're letting a lot of people down. So
hmm
that's good. That's also another reason why you want to go somewhere that you're wanted because they're gonna have high expectations for you. You
hmm
know, you don't want to go somewhere where they don't really care if you succeed or if you fail,
yeah.
because then you kind of have that mindset too. Like, well, it doesn't really matter, you know. So that's a great point that you made to say that. So, all right, David. So what we're gonna do, how I like to end every podcast, is we play a game. All right.
Okay,
So it's a word game. It's very easy, but it's not simple.
okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? What's your jersey number?
I know in college it'll be in the 40s, but in high school it's 83.
Okay, that's too high. I can't give you 83 seconds. So I'm gonna give you 8 seconds. All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you 8 seconds to name 6 items in the category that I give you. Okay.
okay,
So example would be if I say name 6 high school football teams, you would just name high schools that have teams. All right. You ready?
yeah.
All right. So first category, I'll make it really easy. First category, name no, name 6 Super Bowl champions.
All right, Giants, Eagles, Patriots, Chargers, Saints, Ravens.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go a little bit harder.
Okay.
So in 8 seconds, name 6 types of dogs.
Okay. Maltese, Pit Bull, Shih Tzu, Golden Doodle, Chihuahua, Terrier, and dang, what's that? Bulldog. Yeah.
I give it to you. Okay, that was kind of easy too. I'm giving you some easy ones right now. All right. So in 8 seconds, name six. Okay, name 6 high school football teams that have won state in Alabama.
Okay. Uh, Parker, Pinson Valley. I think Auburn did. Um, oof, I'm not going to get this one.
And
I
time.
don't know. Yeah, I don't even, I just know I know how much Birmingham teams be killing people. So
Yeah, Hoover is always up there.
Yeah,
I think
Hoover,
Thompson.
I can say Thompson. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thompson.
All right. So in the Huntsville area, let's go with name six D1 athletes, no matter what sport and no matter what gender.
Okay,
You can include yourself.
okay.
All right.
So me, a girl named Chelsea, she plays soccer at A&M. I'll say Jaden
Oh,
Chambers. He committed to Alabama A&M.
oh no.
I'll say Ty Dowdy. He committed to, I think, Mercer.
Oh,
Um, okay, who else? That's 8 seconds. That's for sure 8 seconds. Yeah. Hello?
oh man, man, man. Please tell me it's a. Oh, I think it's still recording a little bit.
And
Okay,
it says it's my screen.
okay, it's still recording. Yeah, we got a thunderstorm going on up here.
Oh, yeah. And it rained here yesterday.
All right, still recording. All right, where we left off at? I said name six D1
Uh,
athletes.
yeah.
All right, so let's start again. D1
All
athletes,
right.
six of them.
All right.
Go.
I'll say me, a girl named Chelsea who plays soccer at A&M. Jaden Chambers from Sparkman. He goes to A&M. My homeboy Caleb Big O. He plays at A&M. Ty Dowdy. And he's going to Mercer. Um, a guy named Duke at A&M. Yeah. Yeah. Is that six?
I think it
Or
sounds like
eight?
six. Yeah. Hey, everybody want to A&M.
Yeah, I really can't. I don't know many D1 guys in Huntsville.
Let me see. Chase McCarty. I think he's at Houston.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I ain't even met. He's like Westminster. He's like a little far. I ain't
Yeah.
even met him. That's my homeboy.
Yeah. Huntsville has a lot of talent. A lot of
Yeah,
talent.
yeah, they definitely do. I just thought Todd because I worked out with him yesterday.
Yeah, Ty's a hard worker too.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
That's a good link. All right, last category. Let's go with name six species of birds.
All right, redbird, blue jay, cockatoo, parrot, woodpecker, flamingo,
That's five.
ostrich.
Yes.
If that's a bird. I don't know. They don't fly. I don't know.
I think they're still a bird though. I think they're still considered a
I
bird.
think so.
I think you got the most out of anybody that's played this game so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure. People struggle.
Yeah.
I think putting them on the spot makes a lot of people struggle.
Yeah, no, the Huntsville one messed me up because I didn't think of Chase.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
still named six people though, so that was really
Yeah.
good. So what message would you like to give first to your parents, your family, your support system, and then secondly, a message that you would like to give to just any athlete out there that is looking to go to that next level, whatever their next level is.
For sure, to my parents and my family, I want to say thank you because without them, I would be I would nowhere near where I am today. They have supported me financially, mentally, physically, every way possible. They're always there if I need to talk, if I need anything. They're my biggest supporters. I could probably count on one hand how many games my mom has missed my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Like she probably missed like two ever, and even my dad too. He hasn't missed much. And for sure, my stepdad Lou, he has been a big support system, and he has taught me a lot of like workout stuff. He's in the workout business too.
Yeah.
And my papa was on my chain. He had shown me like what a true family man is and how to take care of a household.
Yeah.
So he showed me that and be a true strong man. And then also to any young athlete out there, I would. I mean, it's a cliche quote, but hard work beats talent. Talent doesn't work hard. I think anything, no matter if you're an athlete, if you want a certain job, if you want to learn how to do something, if you work hard at it, it's going to come.
Yeah.
And like I saw something on TikTok earlier. It was like if you if you're working hard at something that doesn't come tomorrow, don't be discouraged because if you quit working hard, it'll never come.
Yeah.
So you never know what's gonna come if you just stop working. And I feel like that's what I did when I was younger. I just stopped. I just got this decline and didn't work as hard. I got like once every couple of days, like middle school, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like for sure working out, eating healthy, and I don't believe when people say like how Ocho Cinco, he's the one guy I know who can eat bad and still have a crazy body. I don't believe in that. I think you have to eat right
Yeah.
if you want to get a good body. So sure that's what I would say.
Yeah. Ojo, he's a a rare case. You know,
Yeah,
typically, especially when you're talking about football, a sport that's played, it starts in the summer, so it's really hot. You know, if you don't eat right and do stuff like that, your body's gonna cramp, your body's gonna shut down. So that's definitely not a great idea to not eat healthy, to
nah,
drink appropriately. And I love that you said that you used to be the type that would kind of give up or kind of work hard a little bit and then you would stop after a while because a lot of us are impatient. You know what I'm saying? That's human nature to be impatient, especially when it's something that you really, really want. But I think that having a relationship with God is what kind of balances that out, right? Like
hmm,
you now start believing that, you know what, everything happens in God's time, and sometimes we don't have, well, not sometimes, we never have control over God's time. So once you start believing that, then you stop being as impatient because at this point,
yeah,
it's not about, well, I want it right now. It has to happen. If it's not happening, that means I'm not good enough. Instead, you're now thinking, well, it hasn't happened yet. Let me keep going because God has a plan and God's going to make it happen when it's supposed to. And
for sure.
he's given you, this passion for football, and that's for a reason. There's going to be doors that open for you through football. There's going to be doors that you open for others through football. So, I'm proud of everything that you're doing. I'm glad I got
Thank
to
you.
meet you. Um,
Yeah,
I always tell everybody, you're the hardest worker that I know. Besides, that group of JC kids that I trained, like Ty Dowdy and Miles and all of them, when it came to that Sparkman group, of that age group, you are definitely a select few, like very hard working, and
I
everything you're
appreciate it.
getting, you absolutely deserve.
Thank
Well,
you.
I appreciate you, coming on with me. I will be at some games. Do y'all play anybody in Georgia at all?
Georgia. Um, I don't think so. I know the SWAC championship is at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
Yes.
but I mean, that's a goal I think we could achieve, but it's far away. But
Yeah.
we have a pretty cool schedule this year. But no, it's not gonna be in Georgia.
Okay, I'll look it up. Definitely, the Arkansas game is at Arkansas, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so your first home game is against who?
that is against. It's funny. I got our schedule on my lock screen, but it's against Alcorn State, and that's like a classic. That'll be cool. We have one in Tennessee at the Titan Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, and we play Magic City Classic in Birmingham. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Magic City Classic. So that
yeah,
definitely, I'm gonna bring because Noel, he's gonna want to see you play.
yeah,
So I'm gonna bring him to watch you play. That way he can get to see you. He likes seeing y'all in y'all's uniforms and stuff like that.
yeah,
So let him get to see you in that. But we'll definitely come to that Magic City Classic, and we will be at Mercedes Benz when y'all make it to the
yeah.
championship.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Keep working
Yes,
hard.
sir.
If you need anything, you know how to get in touch with me. But I
Sure.
definitely appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, sir.